Today we'll talk about shooting handheld film footage with no additional image stabilization device. This is the appropriate way when you're unable to use a tripod in run-and-gun situations such as travel, friends, family or documentary, and as an artistic choice for your film projects. Shooting smooth handheld needs practice. Use both hands and try to increase the number of contact points. Breathe slowly and relaxed. I highly recommend always running the camera with test film stock loaded. When purchasing your camera, ask for a roll of old, long expired but unused, undamaged film stock for loading practice and dry runs. Double perforation as depicted here is compatible with all 16mm cameras as test film. It is important to understand the exact feel of the camera, lens and viewfinder. With a mirror reflex camera, you need to get used to the flicker when filming, simulated here, which of course will not be visible in the actual footage. The best choice for your default frame rate is the cinema standard 24 frames per second. Here are two of the most common mistakes with handheld camera. Being aimless, getting distracted and interrupting the flow by hesitating or nervously correcting while film is running. Overshooting a target and hastily correcting by backing up. So, before filming, look around and try to figure out the best camera movement and rehearse it before if possible. Pay special attention to start and end points. Practice panning left to right, right to left, and both directions when tilting. Always keep a relaxed posture. Handheld footage is most stable with wide-angle lenses. If you shoot telephoto or zoom in, the shot inevitably becomes more shaky. To solve this, you can choose a higher frame rate called overcranking. This of course results in slow motion, which very often looks great anyway. Since at higher frame rates, shutter speed will also be higher, you need to compensate your aperture accordingly. At 24 frames per second, refer to your actual shutter speed when using an external light meter. The following applies to all film cameras. At 32 frames per second, you need to open by a third stop. If you have 36 frames per second available, it will be by a half stop. At 48 frames per second, you need to open by one stop. This way, your exposure will always remain consistent. For many reasons, when filming handheld, always apply, when in doubt, zoom out. Or step back if possible before you shoot. Film is about movement. When nothing or very few is moving inside the frame, you'll end up with a more or less shaky still image. Which of course is fine if this is what you're going for. Slow and smooth camera movement can add a lot of visual interest though. Look for opportunities such for example passing cars. You can follow and leave at the right point, either staying fixed or continuing camera movement. Or look for interesting lines and shapes you can follow. If you are filming people moving around in a casual way, especially small children, things become unpredictable. Think ahead, try to use wide-angle lenses. To further enhance your handheld footage, you can include motion parallax. It provides depth cues. This is why professional tracking, dolly and crane shots look so great. It is not an easy task. Here's how you do it. Use your legs like this. And move your camera this way. Avoid changing the position of your feet. It will cause an undesired bump in the shot. Zooming while shooting adds another challenge. When zooming in, image stability and especially focus become much more critical. Zooming out is always safe. Objects remain in focus. My advice, keep zooming with the handheld to a minimum. Use it only when necessary. When more experienced, you can try your hand at follow focus and rack focus, simulated here. It works best with telephoto or zoomed in and aperture wide open. Important note, always watch these settings: frame rate and of course aperture and focus. I hope you find this video helpful to make your film footage look great, convincing and satisfying. If you do, please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.